catch 'em all.
Hey guys, PokeDan here. Almost 2 years ago, I made a video counting down my top 10 favourite Pokemon. And since it's been a while since that video was made, a lot of my opinions have changed, and well, I just wanted to make an updated version of this video. I guess you could call this the remastered version. Also, I began my Pokemon journey back in Sinnoh, so expect a lot of Gen 4 Pokemon to be on this list. That being said, I also want to hear what you guys' favourite Pokemon are too, so be sure to let me know down in the comments. But with all that being said, let's get started with the video. So kicking off this list is one of my favourite ever dragon Pokemon. It's Goodra. Goodra is the pseudo-legendary in the Gen 6 games, and not only does it have a great design, but it's also pretty strong in battle as well. But these aren't the only reasons why I love this Pokemon. In fact, the main reason is actually because of the Pokemon anime. In the Pokemon X and Y anime, Ash captured an adorable Goomy, which later evolved into Sliggoo and then of course a Goodra. Although Goodra wasn't on Ash's team a lot of the time, when it was, I just really enjoyed seeing it. Ash's Goodra was a really friendly Pokemon, and I really enjoyed seeing it get along with everyone in the Gen 6 anime. This is one awesome Pokemon, and it is for sure one of my favourites. Up next is the first of many Gen 4 Pokemon to come on this list, and it is Weavile. Like Goodra, Weavile was also pretty cool in the anime when it did have appearances. But I'm not the biggest Weavile fan because of the anime, of course. In fact, the main reason why I liked Weavile is because I use one on my Wi-Fi team. Recently, I've not been battling very often, but when I do get into a Pokemon fight, more than likely, Weavile is a Pokemon that I'll be using. What can I say, I've just grown to like this Pokemon quite a lot. As well as this, you gotta admit it, Weavile just has one badass looking design. And that is yet another reason why I think this Pokemon is just amazing. Earlier, I said that Goodra was one of my favourite dragon types. Well, that's because my favourite is none other than Salamence. Salamence is yet another Pokemon I like that has one badass design. And although some may think that it's oddly designed, I'm also a huge fan of its Mega Evolution. I've used this Pokemon in many a Wi-Fi battle, and it's proved to be a big threat. Of course, because Salamence is a pseudo-legendary, it's a strong Pokemon, and that just makes it more fun to use. This isn't a Pokemon that I've always loved, but for a while now, Salamence has been one of my favourite Pokemon. Flying into the number 7 spot is Staraptor. For me, this is one of few Pokemon that has a really nostalgic feel. Like I said earlier in the video, I began my Pokemon adventures back in the Sinnoh region, and because it's the Gen 4 regional bird Pokemon, I used the Staraptor on my first ever Pokemon team. There are a few other Pokemon on my first team that I'll be mentioning in this video, but you'll just have to wait and see what Pokemon they are. As for Staraptor, it's a huge throwback for me, and it's also my favourite regional bird Pokemon. As well as this, another reason why I like this flying type is because of the Gen 4 anime. Of course, when Ash travelled through Sinnoh, he had this Pokemon on his team, and when I was younger, I used to think it was really cool. I still do. Staraptor is one awesome Pokemon, and I just had to mention it on this list. Coming in at the number 6 spot on this list is the electric Pokemon Electivire. This is another Sinnoh Pokemon I adore, but I've never actually used it on an in-game team. No, instead, I like Electivire because of its use in competitive battling. This is another Pokemon that I use often on my competitive team, and I've been using it for quite some time. What can I say, it's just a great Pokemon. The electric type is my favourite Pokemon type, and Electivire is just another iconic electric Pokemon. Not only is this Pokemon pretty strong, but it also has a great design and evolution line, and for that, I love Electivire. Up next is yet another Pokemon from the Sinnoh region, and it is Gliscor. Man, this Pokemon is amazing, and there are so many reasons for why I like it. First off, I think it has a pretty cool design. It looks like the Pokemon version of Batman, and that's just awesome. Another reason why I like Gliscor is because it's a Pokemon that I quite often use on my competitive battling team. For any one of you watching who has battled me, you might just remember Bertha. And oh boy, she is a force to be reckoned with. I've made even the best of battlers lose their marbles using this Pokemon, and yeah, it's just a great member of my Wi-Fi team. The final reason why I like Gliscor so much is because of Ash's Gliscor from the Pokemon anime. I know that it was a bit of a wimp as a Gligar, but when it evolved, it became a much better battler, and it was so much funnier. I love Gliscor. It's a great Pokemon. Coming in at the number 4 spot on this list is a Pokemon from the Alola region. In fact, it was my Alola starter. It's Decidueye. Now, this Pokemon, in my opinion, is the best starter Pokemon from the Gen 7 games. Not only does it have a great typing of Grass and Ghost, but due to it getting moves like False Swipe as well, it's a great Pokemon to use for shiny hunting. Of course, with the 7th generation of Pokemon, we got Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And in both playthroughs of Sun and Ultra Sun, I chose Rowlet as my starter. This little boob is adorable. For heaven's sake, it has a bow tie. As you can tell, due to Decidueye being so high up on this list, I really like this Pokemon, and I just think it's awesome. Coming in at the number 3 spot is none other than the mascot of my channel. It's Chinchow. There are a ton of reasons why I like this electric fish Pokemon. The first is because it's drop dead adorable. I remember seeing lots of Chinchows in an episode of the Johto anime, and not only did they look adorable, but their anime cry made them sound it as well. Also, another reason why I like Chinchow is because it's not a very popular Pokemon. I mean, it's always been a Pokemon I've liked, but not many others seem to share my enthusiasm for this Pokemon. I don't think people hate Chinchow, it's just pretty underrated, and that's why I wanted it to be my channel mascot, because no one else had it. Making Chinchow my channel mascot has only made me like it more, and I'm certain that you guys expected to see this little dude on the list. Making it at the number 2 spot is Infernape. As I've mentioned previously on this list, Sinnoh was the region for me where it all began. So I sure as heck was going to include my starter in this video. Let me just say, I've played through the Gen 4 games at least 15 times, and each time, I have used different starters. But by far, Infernape is my favourite Sinnoh starter to use. Infernape has a really cool design, and as well as that, it's also pretty strong. But another big reason why I like this fire monkey so much is actually because of the Pokemon anime. In the Sinnoh anime, Paul abandoned his Chimchar and it later joined Ash's team. It faced its own demons throughout the anime, and it overcame nearly all obstacles that came its way. And I remember watching Ash's Infernape when I was younger and just thinking that it was so cool. So yeah, Infernape is number 2, so let's see what Pokemon top this list. So finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, and my favourite Pokemon is Luxray. For anyone who knows me well enough, this will come as no surprise. I constantly yap on about how great this Pokemon is, so of course it's a fitting number 1 spot. When making this video, I was so torn between whether I liked Infernape or Luxray more, and in the end, Luxray won by like a hair. The main reason why I like this Pokemon is pretty obvious. Just look at its design. You can't deny that Luxray has an amazing design and that it just looks like a badass. On top of this, like Infernape and Staraptor, I had a Luxray on my first ever Sinnoh team. And it did absolute wonders on my playthrough. People who know me could have seen Luxray being at number 1 from a mile away. But there you have it. It trumps all the other Pokemon on this list. But anyway guys, with all that being said, that pretty much wraps things up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, feel free to comment down below who your favourite Pokemon are, and I can't wait to read them. But for now, I've been PokeDan, you've been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.